everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from Darkwater. Yes, we are back with yet another of the heroes of Darkwater, and this time we are painting Bren Tylis, the Renegade Saint. Whoa, it's absolutely fantastic miniature, and I cannot wait to jump in and start painting her. So it's exactly what we're going to do in just a moment, but before we do, a massive thank you of course goes to Games Workshop, who sent me this box early to build up and paint with all of you. And well, it's now time to jump in. She's been primed in Grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is some thinned down Leadbelcher, and we're going to be applying this over the top of all of Bren's silver armour. Now we're not going to be applying this over the top of the two blades. That's going to be a different silver recipe later on. So with all of that Leadbelcher applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion, and we're going to apply this over the top of her underclothes, so trousers and a bit of the undershirt as well. And we're also going to apply this over the top of her boots. So with that all done, we're now going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Lahmian Medium and Sigvald Burgundy, and we're going to apply this over the top of the cloak. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur. I'm going to use this over the top of all of our remaining leather details. So we've got just a little strap just here on the pauldron. Like that. But we do have these straps down here on the legs as well as the ropes around that bottle. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Wyldwood, and we're going to apply this over the top of the wood of this little box back here. And we're going to apply this over top of her hair. And with that Wyldwood all applied, we're then going to take some Snakebite Leather, and we're going to apply this over the top of the haft of the spear back here. And with that Snakebite Leather all applied, we're then going to take some Skeleton Horde. And we're going to apply this over the top of all of these kind of bandagey wrap type things. And then next up we're going to take some Darkoath Flesh. I'm going to apply this over top of Bren's face. And with that Darkoath Flesh applied, we then take some Cygor Brown. And we're going to apply this over the top of the scabbard. With that all done, we're then going to take some Flesh Tearers Red. And we're going to apply this over the top of the windows of the lantern. And so with that Flesh Tearers Red applied and drying, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. We're going to apply this over the top of the blades. And with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Runelord Brass. And we're going to apply this over the top of all of our remaining armor panels that we haven't painted in the silver. And we're going to apply this over the top of the lantern. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. I'm going to apply this over top of all of our remaining details. So this is just going to be the stuff here on the sword, crossguard of the spear as well, and the detailing on the scabbard. So with that all done, it's time to add some shades, and the first of these is going to be a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Lahmian Medium and Volupus Pink. And we're going to apply this over the top of the cloak. With that all done, we're then going to take some Coelia Greenshade, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the silver armour. And with that Coelia Greenshade all applied, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil, and we're going to apply this over the top of the Iron Warriors silver and all the white details, which is going to include that skull that's on the back, as well as the gourd, or we called it a bottle earlier. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over the top of all of the gold, all of the brass, and we're also going to apply this over the top of her hair. So with those shades applied, Bren Tylis is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and she's looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave her there, of course not. No. We're going to take it to the next level, and we're going to do this by adding some layers and some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to use this to highlight all of the silver. So with all that Ironbreaker applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take a roughly 2 parts Lahmian Medium to 1 part Black Templar mix. And we're going to be applying this over top of the cloak. Now what we want to do is we want to apply this, like so, over the top of the entire thing. However, once we've got it on over a section, like that, what we're then going to do is wash the brush, get rid of the water, and then we're just going to come in and kind of just wipe most of it off until we get to around 2/3, where we're going to leave that Black Templar mostly undisturbed to give it this, firstly, no warmth in it whatsoever, but then give it that sort of build up of black towards the hem of the cloak. So with that all done, we're now going to highlight that cloak using some thinned down Emperor's Children. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Steel Legion Drab, and we're going to use this to highlight Bren's hair. So with that now done, we're going to take some thinned down Karak Stone. I'm going to use this to just add a little spot highlight to the sharpest ends of the hair. But what we're also going to do with the Karak Stone is going to use this to highlight the wood of the spear. Just like that sort of thing. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Flayed One Flesh. I'm going to use this to highlight Bren's skin. And with that Flayed One Flesh applied, we then take a tiny little bit of Black Legion and we apply this over the top of her eyeballs. So with that now done, we're then going to take the tiniest little dot of Screaming Skull. We're going to apply this in the corners of her eyeballs. Just like that sort of thing. However, what we're also going to do with the Screaming Skull is going to use this to highlight the bandages. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Yriel Yellow and we're going to apply this inside the lantern windows, leaving some of the red in the corners. And with that all done, we then take a little bit of Fuegan Orange. Not very much here. I'm just going to apply this over the top. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Corax White. And we're going to use this to highlight our white skull and our white gourd. Get rid of that little bit of fluff at the end of the brush there. And so with all of that Corax White applied, we're now going to take some thinned down Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to highlight all of the black details. And with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Canoptek Alloy. And we're going to use this to highlight both the brass and the gold. And finally, to finish off Bren Tylis, we're going to take a little bit of Frostheart. I'm going to apply this over top of the gem in the broadsword. Just like that. And there we have it. With the base now complete, Bren Tylis is now finished, and that is the last of the first 4 characters. We've done Drolf, Inara, and Edmark, and Bren follows up the pack. And she's an absolutely gorgeous model. I think this is beautiful. It's one of my personal favourites, and so far in my campaign, she's probably been the best. Despite being knocked down at least once. First one to get knocked down, but she's absolutely fantastic. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.